all new The Metro Record. The Metro Record is a monthly paper and digital newspaper published by Metro Record Publishing. The Metro Record is based out of Springfield, Massachusetts, covering Springfield, Hartford, Bridgeport, and New Haven. Every month, the Metro Record spotlights a different business in your community. If you would like to advertise your business in the Metro Record, contact us at m.e/the Metro Record. Once again, that's m.e/the Metro Record. Email the Metro Record at mynews@themetrorecord.com to receive your digital paper, or visit a local business in your neighborhood to grab a copy today.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Elena Laster Show, Power of Women. It's Memorial Weekend, so listen, everyone, take it easy on the road. There are crazy people out there trying to rush to get someplace in a hurry and make accidents happen and people get hurt. So listen, do enjoy the holiday, but just be careful. And summer's coming up. A lot of kids get caught up in drowning and get caught up being hurt. The weather gets really hot and you forget the baby in the car. There's so many things go on. And being a mother, we have 1,000 things running through our mind and we're always multitasking. So listen, enjoy the summer, but let it be a healthy one, okay? And with that said, I have a very special guest, and I've never seen this young lady, so this is my first interview with her, and she's going to tell me a lot what's going on and what functions she has going on in the community this weekend. And I have rehearsed her name 3 times, and I still mess up. So let's go. It's LaRue.
Lovu.
LaRue. Oh, well, gee whiz, why do I keep messing up? Here she is, everybody. Welcome to my show.
Thank you so much.
And it's a pleasure. So tell me about yourself. I have never seen you. It's very funny because I'm all around, and a lot of people have come in, and I say, oh my God, I've seen you at such and such a place, but I've never seen you in Springfield.
No.
Well, but tell me about it.
Sure, I try to make my way around the city as much as I can. Make myself available. I do panels, I do forums, I've done speeches. I actually work in the area of community engagement. That's my specialty.
Okay, yes. Okay. So now, do your whole name.
My whole name. My first name is Saibo.
Saibo.
My last name. Now, do you want the anglicized version, or do you want the Zimbabwean?
Tell me the Zimbabwean.
The Zimbabwean version. Okay, so my last name is Ndlovu.
Okay.
But for all intents and purposes, we can just say Lovu.
Lovu.
It's a little easier.
Yeah, all right. So you're from Zimbabwe?
I am from Zimbabwe.
Tell me about Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe is beautiful. It's home to one of the 7 wonders of the world, Victoria Falls.
Oh, those are gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. We share a border with South Africa and Zambia, and actually we do share Victoria Falls with the neighboring country of Zambia.
Oh, okay.
But we always jest and say that we have the better view of the falls. But Zimbabwe is a beautiful country, beautifully maintained, great education system, a country that's very young, still in its very infantile stages. Recently received its independence in 1980, April of 1980. So the country is only about
still a baby.
Yeah, about 40 years old.
Yeah.
Almost. So that's the country of Zimbabwe. It used to be a British colony, but there was an uprising. The indigenous people wanted to run their own affairs. They organized guerrilla fighters and fought against the Rhodesian government. And then after the Rhodesian government was defeated, the British Crown came in to try to keep the Zimbabwe a British territory, and the guerrilla fighters fought against the the British Army, and were able to gain independence.
Wow, big story. Now, when did you leave there and come to America? When did you come right to Springfield, or did you go to another state? What made you come this way?
Well, we moved to the United States when I was about About what, 94, 95?
Oh, okay.
Yes, and when we first moved into the United States, we moved to a small small town of Lowell, Massachusetts.
Mass.
That's about 30 minutes outside of Boston,
Yes.
Eastern Massachusetts. At the time, before it became really, really diverse, it was a proud Irish town, and that's where we
Was.
settled in.
Okay.
Yes.
And then when you finished there, your family, you moved to Springfield.
Yes, from Lowell, we moved to Springfield, and we moved to Springfield in about 2002. So I'm
Relatively new.
relatively new,
Yeah.
but I'm just as Springfield based as I am Lowell based, and I think I've spent more time in Springfield than anywhere else. So I'm very much a Springfielder,
So
proudly
you
so.
went to school here?
Went to the High School of Commerce, proud graduate of the High School of Commerce.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And then I know you're into a lot of different activities here in Springfield.
Yes, I am.
And I'm kind of remiss because I can't think of when I've been to one, but I will certainly follow you now. So, but you have something coming up this Saturday. I think I'd like to get that out first, and then we can talk about what your other plans are. Tell me about that, because
Absolutely.
that's, tomorrow's Friday. Here we
Tomorrow
go.
is Friday. So we have Heal the Land Night of Worship. It's coming up on Saturday. We're going to be hosting it at the Rebecca M. Johnson School on 55 Catherine Street. There's going to be 2 elements to the day. The first element begins at 4:45. We're gathering at the school. We're going to pray. And then we're going to have all the churches that are collaborating with this event and all the people that want to come out and support. We're going to walk the streets. We're going to be on Sherman Street. We're going to be on Buckingham Street. We're going to be on McKnight Street. We're going to be on Catherine Street. You will see us on State Street. You will see us on Bay Street. You will see us on Dawes and Andrew Street, Girard Street, Marion.
Oh, you're going that complete circle.
We're walking
right?
that
Okay.
complete circle. We owe that to our community as the Household of Faith. Just in case you don't know, I'm a licensed minister with the Church of God. So I do feel
Tell me that.
So I do feel that as the body of Christ, as the Household of Faith, we do owe something to the community. We owe the community an apology. I feel like we haven't been as present, as helpful as we can, and we want to reconcile that. So we have all these churches. We're going to be working interdenominationally. So we're going to have, Seventh-day churches. We're going to have apostolic churches. We have non-denominational churches. We have Pentecostal, Baptist, Kojic ministries, all represented.
This is all going to be represented Saturday in the walk?
Absolutely, in the walk. And we're going to just walk the streets. We're going to be praying for folk. We're going to be just giving words of encouragement. And then we're going to reconvene at 6:30 at Rebecca M. Johnson. We're going to use the auditorium for a United Night of Worship. And this night of worship is different than any other night of worship because as opposed to having churches send in worship teams and take turns to lead worship, we literally asked each church, hey, can you provide us a bass player? Can you provide us your praise leader? So we have praise leaders from about 5 or 6 churches in the city. They're going to sing together. It's going to be one team singing together, musicians from different churches. So we about 15 to 16 singers and musicians all together. They're going to stand there. They're going to sing together. They're going to minister together. And it's going to sound like one sound.
One sound.
We're going to have pastors come up and pray. Pastors that might not necessarily fraternize with each other because of denominational lines.
Right.
On that night, we're going to come together because in Psalm 133, the Bible tells us that it is good and it's pleasant for brothers to dwell together in unity, and that when we dwell together in unity, God's holy oil, God's Holy Spirit can really flow, and he can establish some unforgettable things in our midst.
This is wonderful.
To God be the glory.
Right. Okay, so that's going to take this Saturday.
Yes.
Oh, I wish we could cover it. Maybe we can. I'm thinking you didn't tell me that early. And that you're a minister.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm a licensed minister with the Church of God.
When did this come about?
This came about in 2010. Yes, 2010.
What
It's
made
been
you
a while.
decide to be a minister?
Call of God on my life.
You did get a call of God.
Call of God on my life that I did not pursue, did not seek after, had no ambition for.
That's always how it is.
Yes,
Yeah.
but the call of God came on my life, and it just so happened that I wasn't going to do it. And they're like, oh, no, it's already paid for. You're going to do it.
You're going to do it.
So I gladly did it, and I've been a licensed minister of the Church of God since 2010.
That's wonderful. So much here to go through, but I have to hold on to that note. Listen, give us 30 seconds. I'll be back with this powerful young speaker here, and we're going to find out more that's going on this Saturday. It's really something that everyone should get out to. I'm going to try to get there and at least cover something of it, but it's just going to take place and be big. So I'll be back in a moment. Stay tuned.
Coming out named Oops, You Don't Know, cause our God never make mistake. Of course, written by yours truly, JC Jermaine Campbell. We have composers Adrian Scarlett, producers Bluesick and Hits Factory, R.P. Butler and Adrian Scarlett. You don't know, we have the JC team, Tanae and Kimon working on this one.
When the prophets have me all them gather, man feed them body rest them holler. But you don't know him can't answer. But we got answer with fire.
That didn't take too long. 30 seconds goes quickly, and we were just here talking, me and Saibo, just going over her heritage and talking about where she has come from and what she's bringing to the community, and she's being led by the path of God. And this young girl, this minister, been chosen and anointed, and this is what I want to get out, and I want you all to support her. And if God has put his faith and trust in her, then why can't we?
Thank you.
So Saibo, continue, honey. So we want to talk about one more thing.
Sure.
And that's the power. You
Yes.
wanted to bring that up a little bit.
Sure.
So go ahead. Run
I know a lot of the community members that are watching are using me on, Black history panels, Black history discussions, talking about actual African history, and they know me as the woke African sister. But I want to encourage everybody and let everybody know that you can be woke and believe in God at the same time. I would love to come back at another time.
Absolutely.
And go into more about, Black history, African history, the state of being woke and what that actually really means.
Mm-hmm. Good. I did buy sister. My kids gave me the packet.
Oh, what'd you get, Ghana?
No,
Benin?
Yes.
Okay, so that's not too far, you know
Not
that.
too far, 'cause
That's
I had to look
all
on the
in
map,
the same
yeah?
region, yeah.
And that was like 3/4 of it. I mean, it was like a huge portion of the
Yes.
pie, you know. And I says, "Oh my God."
So you're from Benin?
Yeah.
So when you booking your flight?
I don't know. We have to get shots, and you gotta go through all that first, passports.
Yeah, of course you have to get shots for diseases that are not
Anything.
indigenous to the region. Yeah.
Right? So we have to do all that. So it's kind of like the kids and I were talking. It's something that we might consider.
No, you should.
Going, you know, which would be
You should. I think every person of color, every person of African descent absolutely has to, at some point in their life, make the trip back to Africa, any part of Africa. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to take the ancestry test and find exactly where you're from. Just book a flight and go. Every other culture, every other ethnic background makes the trek back to their homeland. Chinese people still have Chinatown.
Yes, they do.
And they still make their trips back to China. Japanese do it, Italians do it, Irish do it.
So why can't we do it?
We definitely have to do it, and you will find that you will have a greater awareness of self because of it. When you see the land for yourself and you see the wealth that is there, you see the luxury that is there, you see the beauty, it's breathtaking. And that's where you come from.
Right.
So you can take pride in that. That's
Well,
where you come
I
from.
did. I looked it up, and I was looking at the tribes. You know, I always slide on this seat. Forgive me. I was looking up the tribes over there, and this beautiful red and gold. It's just phenomenal.
Gorgeous.
Oh, it's just gorgeous, you know. And they're very short people.
Yes.
Yeah, and I remember telling my kids. I says, well, my grandmother, she was only 4'11".
Oh, wow.
Didn't weigh no more than maybe 103 pounds. I said, well, maybe that's that link.
Of course.
You know, that comes in. And my second daughter, she's the same height. She's about 4'11".
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. She's, you know, because she always says, why am I so short and the rest are a little taller? You know, so I said, well, maybe this is the link, you know.
Probably
they weren't
is.
tall, you know.
They're not tall people. Even Ghanaians today are not very tall people. You know,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
just that entire area. People over there are not that tall.
Not that tall.
Yeah.
We're kind of like really
But you should
thin.
definitely,
Yeah, we're looking into it.
definitely, beyond looking into it.
Right,
you know,
right.
you
Just get up and do it, right?
You gotta go. You have to go. You will never be the same because of it.
Now, when are you going back?
When am I going back? Within the next 2 years, I'd love to go back and take a really nice long trip and go to not only where I was born in the Ligazi, Bulawayo area. I want to go to see the Great Zimbabwe, see where we had our ancient civilizations with our stone walls and all that kind of stuff. I definitely want to go back and do that.
Right. Are you going to, we have to wrap it up in just a few seconds here. Are you going to be teaching any classes or anything for our young kids through church or through your ministry?
I've done that.
You've already done that.
I have done things like that before, like I said, in different panel discussions, different groups. We've done that, but that's something I'm completely open to. At my previous church, I actually did a whole Black history presentation, and I actually took it from persons that were in the Bible showing their African ancestry. I'm talking about Ethiopians, people from Kemet, people from all those kinds of places from the Bible. These are the same people that we call other names, but they're coming directly out of Africa, and I show that.
So if I was to have here 20 kids,
Yes.
you could do a quick half-hour lecture or something. That
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let me work on that.
Please do.
The Metro Record is a monthly paper and digital newspaper published by Metro Record Publishing. The Metro Record is based out of Springfield, Massachusetts, covering Springfield, Hartford, Bridgeport, and New Haven. Every month, the Metro Record spotlights a different business in your community. If you would like to advertise your business in the Metro Record, contact us at m.e/the Metro Record. Once again, that's m.e/the Metro Record. Email the Metro Record at mynews@themetrorecord.com to receive your digital paper or visit a local business in your neighborhood to grab a copy today. In motion, dance theater.
Register now for In Motion Dance Theater. Registration begins Thursday, August 23rd at 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And again on Saturday, August 25th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Register now at 531 Belmont Avenue in Springfield, Mass. 01108 or call 413-301-6530. That's 413-301-6530. In Motion Dance Theater.
Nobody do it like we do it, so show us some love. Drums.